Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the order of operations. That's what we're going to be doing today for math. And I'm going to go ahead and put this into present mode so we can watch this slide here show. So what are the order of operations? Well, here are the rules. Rule 1, if it comes up, is do operations inside parentheses. We're always going to do parentheses first. Rule number 2, do any exponents. Rule number 3, perform multiplication and division, and you're always doing those from left to right. And then perform addition and subtraction. Again, you're always doing those from left to right. So whatever comes first, whether it's addition or subtraction, you're going from left to right. And we'll go through some examples on that. So another way you can remember this is we have a saying, and it's please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And the P stands for parentheses, E stands for exponent, M stands for multiply, D stands for divide, A stands for add, and S stands for subtract. Okay, so now if you were going to do this on your own, you could try some of these problems on a sheet of paper. This is our practice page. This is not what you're turning in, so you don't have to do all of these, but you could try a few and see if you're doing it right, and then on the following page on the slideshow, you're going to see the answer key. And after you've practiced some, then you can go ahead and do the reteach page 8-2 in the Google Classroom and turn it in. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of practice ones, and then I'm also going to show you how to do some of the reteach page. Okay, so I'm going to exit this. Again, if you click the next one, you see the answers. I'm going to exit that, and I'm going to go over to my visualizer now. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do some of these problems together. So again, okay. So we're getting situated here. And I'm also going to hide this. We don't see that in the middle of the screen. Okay. So order of operations. Let's do a few of these together. So whenever, again, we have our order of operations is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And I put those together so I remember that those, again, multiplication and division are together, adding and subtracting are together. So our first one here, well, we have a multiplication and we have adding. Well, if I look up here, I know I'm going to multiply before I add. So 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. Same thing here. I've got addition, multiplication, and division. Well, I know I'm going to multiply before I add, and I'm going to divide before I add. And again, I'm going from left to right, so I'm going to go 6 times 2 is 12. And then I'm going to go 12 divided by 3 equals 4. And then my last thing is going to be to add, and 3 plus 4 is 7. You can see it's sort of fun to work through these problems. Okay, let's do a couple more, and then I'm going to go on to the reteach page. 24, take away 8 divided by 2 in parentheses plus 6. So again, my first thing is going to be to do the parentheses. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Then I have subtraction and I have addition. Well, those are together, so I'm going to go from left to right. 24 take away 4 is 20. So I have 20 plus 6, and 20 plus 6 is 26. Up next, I'm going to, again, I've got parentheses, so I'm going to do the parentheses first. 15 take away 11 is 4, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. And then my last thing is to multiply 4 times 5, and I get 20. Okay, so I think we've done enough on that. Let's go ahead and look at your assignment for today. It's pretty much the same. You'll notice that I did say you can use a calculator. Whoops, let's get this folded up so you can see your assignment. Okay, so numbers 1 through 4, you should be writing the operation, add, subtract, multiply. And then on the other ones, you're going to be able to use a calculator. I'm going to show you why. Okay, so, and I already did this one for you because I have adding and I have multiplying. Well, what am I going to do first? I'm going to multiply. Over here, I have 13 take away 1 plus 4 divided by 2. Again, I'm looking at my order of operations. Well, what would come first? Subtracting, adding, or dividing? What would come first would be dividing. And so I'm going to go ahead. Let's get this cord out of the way. And so I would divide first. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then I've got subtracting and I've got adding. Well, again, those are going from left to right. So 13 take away 1 is 12. And then 12 plus 2 would be... Oh, and I just broke my own rule because did we need to solve these? No. All I had to do is write in the box, what we're going to do first, divide. So look at these two and decide, again, if you're going to do the parentheses first, you would write parentheses, right? Or you could write, in this one, there's only one operation, right? So now let's look at these down here because these are a little more challenging. These say, they give you the numbers to fill in. So you have to fill in 6 for the X's and 17s for the Y. So I'd probably just go through and change all my X's to what? 6, because every X on this page is going to be 6. And all my Y's are going to be 17. Now, the next thing I need to do is when a number is next to a number, that means to multiply. And I did tell you could use a calculator on this, and the reason why is because, and I'm going to show you this first one here. So I get my calculator out, and I'm using my phone calculator. You could use one on the Chromebook. But, so if I have my first problem here, I've got 4 times, this means when I have 4x, it means 4 times 6. So this problem really is 4 times 6 plus 5 times 17. So I'm going to use my calculator, and I know that if I did 4 times 6, I'm going to get 24. And then then I have to do 5 times 17. So I go 5 times 17 using my calculator. I get 85. And then my last step is to add 24 plus 85. So if I have my 85, and I'm going to go ahead and add 24, and I get 109. Okay? So you sort of get the idea. I'm going to do one more of those with you. Again, I've got 6 divided by 3 plus 17. Well, what am I going to do first here? Am I going to divide or add? Well, I know because of my order of operations, I'm going to divide. And this one, I don't need to use a calculator because I know 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 2 plus 17 is equal to 19. Okay. Try the other ones on your own and see if you can figure it out. Again, when the number is next to it, you have to multiply. If you're having trouble, come see me in my Zoom. And then Patty made $34 babysitting on each of 3 weekends. If she spent $50 on gifts for her family, how much money does she have left? So this is a 2-step problem. 34 times 3. And then she spent, so she subtracted 50. That should give us what she has left. And then down here, they're saying, is this the correct answer? So using your order of operations, see if you can figure out, did she do it right? Or did he do it right? Did Carlos solve that right? Or was there a mistake in the order of operations? See if you can figure it out. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, come see me in Zoom, message me in Google Classroom. I am going to go ahead and stop this video.